golden pieces of 8, handed down to Applegate from buccaneers who fought for years for gold doubloons and pieces of 8. Handed down in a pirate's chest, the gold they sailed for east and west, the treasure bright that made men fight, till none were left to bury the chest. So now the golden pieces of 8 all belong to Applegate. The chest is here, but wait. Now where are those gold doubloons and pieces of 8, pieces of 8, pieces of 8?
Today's episode in the mystery of the Applegate treasure, the Tower's Secret.
Hey, look out.
I'm sorry.
Well, you should be. Everybody else running that way and you just standing here.
Oh, they haven't found anything yet, I guess.
No, but they're likely to any minute now. Hey, you're Perry Robinson, aren't you? The client. You're the one who started all this.
Well, I can't help it. It's not my fault if...
Nonsense. Don't tell me you don't like a good treasure hunt.
Well, I mean, I know how mad it's made you. Frank and Joe sneaking out at night and everything. Well, they told me how you act about mysteries and things.
Not if the mystery turns out all right.
Well, when it does, and when they find the treasure, people still won't think I stole anything, will they?
Of course they will.
What? But I didn't.
Doesn't make any difference. Boys always look guilty of everything. Doesn't mean a pin. Now, come on. You and I and Silas Applegate are going to have a little meeting, whether he likes it or not. Now, come on. March.
Hey there, son. Where's your father?
Hey, Dad. We're all through upstairs.
Well, well, look who's here. Moles himself. Just in time to see us find the treasure. How nice. All right, Hardy, it's not up there.
Oh, look at her.
Not on the third floor.
Back for the finish, huh? Back to see us do what you didn't get a chance to do.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, yes, you do.
Hey?
I bet you were up there looking for treasure the same night you hit Mr. Jackley over the head.
Too many comic books.
Joe's right. You were probably looking in all the places the letter said.
But don't you worry. We're following Jenkins' instructions to the word.
Well, look who's here. Did he tell you anything more to help us out, Sergeant?
No, I just brought him along in case. I doubt if he even knows anything more.
Don't say I do, and I don't say I don't.
Hurry up, officer. Start here in this panel. The gold has to be in this section right here, right next to the steps.
All right, but you better stand back, Mr. Applegate.
Yes, sir.
If Jenkins' letter had been a little more clear as to which floor he hid the treasure on...
We could save a lot of time in the woodwork, too, couldn't we? If a certain friend of Jenkins would change his tune and clear things up a bit.
Don't say I ever saw that letter, and don't say I did.
Anyway, I've some stuff on Jenkins for you now.
Silas! Silas!
Hey, you get out of here. Stop that, please.
Come down here!
Oh, no, come on. Now get out of here.
We got in! Jenkins! Come down here and tell this police officer who we are!
You, good looking, he's the client.
Stop him! Stop him! All of you! What's going on here?
Joey, have you found the gold yet? Is he going to give me some, Joey?
Why, I wish you'd go home or something.
Joe, be quiet. There's important business to be attended to before Captain Kidd here starts dancing a jig on his gold pieces.
What? Gertrude, why don't you get out of here? You too. Get out.
Oh, no, you don't.
Gertrude, let go of me, dear. Let go of me. Sergeant, hand me down one of those crowbars.
Oh, stop this foolishness, for heaven's sakes. Don't be any sillier than you are. I told you there's important business to be straightened out.
Gertrude!
What kind of business? Well, for our client, naturally. Now, come on down here and sit down.
I will not.
Yes, you?
Let go of me.
No.
Will you
Come
let
on.
go?
Come on,
Stop it. Gertrude.
Oh!
What do you think I am, a wishbone? Officer! Get those others out of here. And put up those old curtains or they'll all be poking their noses through the window. I'm sorry, everybody. You'll all see the doubloons later on. Gertrude, please!
What do you think Aunt Gertrude's up to? Say, how did she and Perry get together in the first place?
I don't know, but the sergeant's up there telling Dad about Jenkins, the guy who wrote the letter, the guy who put the gold in the wall.
Yeah. You go up there and see if you can clear up the mystery. I'll take care of this little stuff.
It was a good hunch you had, Mr. Hardy, running a record check on Jenkins.
Well, I thought you'd find him all right. He'd been in other trouble even before he stole Applegate's treasure.
Took no time at all to get the rundown. We know what his record is and where he was when he wrote that letter. In fact, we know where he is right now.
Hey, you fellas, give us some room. We've got to get at that wall back there. Excuse me, Sergeant. Jack, give me a hand moving this dresser.
Where is Jenkins, Sergeant?
In the state penitentiary.
What?
Prison? Now?
That's right, and that's where he's been for the past 10 years. No wonder he couldn't come back himself and pick up those doubloons. A while back, his last application for parole was denied.
Parole? You mean he hoped he would be out of prison by now?
Right, but no luck. Jenkins is serving a life sentence, Mr. Hardy. I spoke to the warden on the telephone.
But that clears up the whole mystery, doesn't it? 10 years ago, Jenkins stole the treasure and hid it. Only he couldn't come back and get it because he got in trouble and was put into prison.
That's right. So, figuring he'd never get out, he finally wrote to Bowles and said, come and get it. Right, Bowles?
Look out. Here she comes.
Gertrude, I've got to get upstairs.
Silence! Not before you give me your answer.
But, Gertrude, this is no time to talk about mowing a lawn.
Why not? Your lawn needs to be mowed.
Sure does, Mr. Applegate. And he needs the job doing it.
Oh.
Silas, all I'm trying to get settled before this is all over is...
Well, what use in it?
Hey, did you find anything?
No. Down here it's got to be. Stand back, lady. All right, off of those stairs. I'll take this fella, Jack. Now, you men stand by with those crowbars.
Never mind that paneling. Rip off the whole section.
Sure enough. You kids, watch out now.
Oh, Silas, you don't have to be so greedy.
I beg your pardon. Greedy. Me?
I was talking to you, Silas. I was trying to get something settled for the children. I was trying to tell you that he doesn't have any place to work, nor any proper place to live.
And what do you expect me to do about it? Why is it women are always telling men to do things?
If it weren't for him and for my two nephews, you wouldn't even be finding your precious gold.
Huh?
Mike, give me a hand on this.
Then what makes you think I'll have a place to live myself unless I do find it?
What?
Oh, yes. Old Applegate. He's lonely. He'll look after the boy. Rich old coot. Might even make him human. The boy'll have a fine home for years and years. Do you know anything about mortgages, young man? When I can't pay my own taxes, will you do it? When I haven't even got enough money left to buy my own food, will you feed me? There, of course not. All you'll do is stand there and cry. Nothing works out the way we want it. But what can you do about anything but just stand and cry and cry? How are we coming along, Hardy?
Well, the gold isn't in the rooms upstairs, so it has to be here.
Hey, maybe Bowles or someone else already found the treasure and took off with it.
Then why is he still hanging around? It doesn't hurt to believe in your own luck once in a while. And you two are going to have it. Now stop worrying.
I'm not worried about anything.
Harry, when we do get lucky, you know that, well, that lawn of mine will need a haircut for years and years.
Silas, you darling!
Gertrude! Well, looks like you two kids are going to have a new playmate for years to come.
You mean Perry?
Yes.
Yo!
Look out! The whole wall's coming down.
I'll get him now. Everybody, easy now. This is it. Look out, it's got to be there. It's got to be there. It's got to be there. It's.
No? Ain't there. Not a trace of gold. And we've searched this house from top to bottom.
Tomorrow's episode, Never Say Die.